All right, now I made a video a week ago, probably less than that, about the recent allegations against Antonio Brown, and I said that the whole point of the allegations were the whole point for anybody coming out and saying anything at this point about him that puts him in a negative sight, to other people, is that they're trying to force him out of the league. They're at least trying to force him off the fucking team. And because that's the only reason why all these allegations now they're coming out. Now, now they want to, I guess, force somebody's hand. I mean, that's the only way that you bombard people with all these rape allegations. You just keep coming out. I don't think it has anything to do with bravery. I just think that it's social manipulation where you're trying to force people to do things that you deem justified, I guess. I mean, the only rational thing that I could think of that any of this makes sense is that one of the teams are actually doing this. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit because this is kind of spur of the moment thing. I just got the notification about the cut, but it's one of these teams out here doing this, and I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't believe any of the allegations. Most of them sound ridiculous, and it is not just sexual assault. It's people are coming out about working for him and how hellish he made the environment and all the inappropriate things apparently that this guy does. And I'm not saying that Antonio Brown doesn't do questionable shit to people, in particular females, but I'm just saying the timing of all this. Now you want to come out. Now for some reason it's convenient for everybody to start coming out now. And the last thing that I want to do is try to link any kind of. The last thing I want to do is try to belittle rape. Like I don't want to do that. Like, because there are people out there that are actually being assaulted in ways that are horrific, but stuff like this waters it down to the point where people just stop giving a fuck, man. People just stop giving a fuck. Like, real issues can happen and people don't care as much because of all this bullshit. And I don't know. I knew this was going to happen. At some point, the Patriots were going to have to separate themselves from the situation. And to be honest, I think I believe they cut him just to take the distraction off the team, because apparently Bill Belichick walked out of a press conference today because people just kept asking him over and over again, Antonio Brown this, Antonio Brown that, Antonio Brown this, Antonio Brown that, why is he on his team? Like, and I guess he's tired of it. He's at least tired of commenting on these allegations. And the media are ravenous fucking animals, man. They will, when they see a hurt fucking animal, they will rip it the fuck apart. No matter how tired people are of it, they will continue to keep asking, waiting for a soundbite, waiting for their piece that's gonna, I guess, catapult their fucking career. They're like vultures, man. It's ridiculous. And Bill Belichick got tired of it, I guess, and they decided to part ways with Antonio. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just told Antonio, we're going to let you go for now. We're going to wait till a lot of this die down. We're going to wait till a lot of this legal stuff that you're dealing with is over. And maybe somewhere down the line, we'll bring you back once all that stuff is resolved. Because this is I'm not going to say it was sudden, but the timing of the cut. If they were going to cut Antonio Brown, I could see them after the game, like Monday morning, just letting him go. Like you do it on a Friday right before, you get into the meat and potatoes of your week right before the game, and you let him go. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Antonio Brown back at some point during the season. Like I said, I don't believe any of these allegations. I'm talking about the sexual assault. I don't believe these sexual assault allegations. I think it's just convenience. And I said before in the video, when I heard about this, I said that Antonio Brown had a sexual relationship with that girl. It was consensual. There's no way that she kept going back to his house or back to him after he did whatever perverted shit she said he did. All right, and again, Antonio Brown, and I heard that Antonio Brown started a group text, and he was texting the girl, her lawyer was present, and he was telling, the girl to stop lying and all this other stuff. I don't understand why he put himself in that situation. A lot of times it's best for you just not to say nothing and let it handle itself through, I guess whatever flawed legal system we have in place. Just let the fucking let your lawyer do his job, and don't say anything to the fucking girl. That's my thinking, but I guess Antonio Brown is just cut differently, and he felt the need to do that. But yeah, they're saying he was cut. I don't think they moved on. I think they're just putting it on a back burner. It's kind of like when you have an issue like in your house, and it's an issue that's doing nothing but annoying you, and you can't really deal with it at that moment. So you kind of like shut yourself off from it and just ignore it, put it on a back burner. And at some point you're going to get to it. And I think at some point this season, but right now the New England Patriots are probably the most set team in the NFL. Where every other team has needs, New England is probably the only team in the league that doesn't really have severe needs. Now, the offensive line injuries are an issue, but there's a way to rectify that issue until it's able to be figured out. They don't have to bring anybody else in. Those problems can be fixed internally. And not every team I don't think there's one team in the league that can say that about every position on their team, is that we're pretty much set with what we have in place. So, to be honest, I don't even think they really need Antonio Brown. I think they're going to win at least 13, 14 games. They're going to get a number one seed. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Brown found his way on the team either late in the season or right before the playoff run. You just pick him back up again. I mean, they say he's cut, but do I really think that they cut him? Not really. I don't really think they may have officially stated they cut him, but they probably still got him on fucking books. Even if they don't, they probably still have him. I guess verbally they have him. But I don't know. We'll see, man. I knew this was going to happen, and if the team would have kept him, and he would have got through these allegations, or he would at least find a way to discredit these allegations, another person will pop the fuck up, man. They would find a way. They would find a way to get this dude in trouble, and it worked. It finally worked, and this is the problem with this whole rape culture thing. All right, apparently people believe that this rape, and believe in this rape culture thing, and now teams, just not teams, everybody, man. Anytime anybody is accused of something, they completely separate themselves. And that shit wins, man. It wins. Whatever demon is out there that's making these people act like this, it wins in the end. And it claimed another person. But, alright, I'm done, man. This is ridiculous, man. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but I'm really not giving a fuck about rape anymore. Like, next time I hear the term, I'm just gonna brush it off, because it lost all fucking meaning, man. Just people throw it around like it's nothing. Jesus. Alright, I'm done. Alright.